You've ever made a misstep, a mistake, felt like you were not good enough to pursue your dreams, felt like you were deficient in your looks, in your abilities? This video is for you. This broadcast is a departure from my usual teaching of personal financial concepts, but my hope is that sharing my story and how I push past obstacles, and then my why as to why I'm pursuing my passion for coaching and teaching financial literacy, that those things will encourage somebody, motivate somebody, inspire someone, even if it's one someone to take a step forward into their purpose, knowing that your current or your past situation does not determine your future. Hello and welcome to first-time visitors. Welcome back to returning visitors. Today I'm sharing my story, and in sharing my story, I want to weave in there some principles. Hi there, Judy. I want to weave in some principles and some things that I faced and still face, and how I'm overcoming those. So this is a two-part video. It is a video to encourage somebody who is hesitating about pursuing their passion, and it is also sharing what I've gone through and why I'm passionate about financial education. Hi, Debbie. So without further ado, I want to dive right in. And I have a new computer with a new camera, so bear with me if it's not as bright as it normally is. But anyway, let me dive right into the information. So again, I'm wanting to share because as we go through COVID, I see a lot of people, I read a lot of posts on Facebook, some of the groups I'm in, on Twitter, on Instagram, about people concerned about what other people think about them rather than try to pursue their passion. And I want to share some things that I think through in pursuing my passion. Now, the first thing is mental. Even as I was preparing this, hi, Andrew. Even as I was preparing this information, imposter syndrome kicked in. It's, who are you to be trying to share your story? Because who are you to be sharing your story? Because you haven't had a big aha moment. It's not like you were a drug addict and you were delivered from drugs, so you have this big story. My story is simple. My story is just making incremental changes, and the things that have occurred with me making incremental changes. And I'm going to go through those things. So again, mental. So for somebody who's watching this video, once YouTube releases it, your issue for not pursuing your dream may be a mental thing. You're thinking you're not worthy. None of us are worthy. None of us are worthy of doing anything, but we do it afraid. We do it despite feeling that we're not, feeling that we don't have what it takes. Take a look at biographies of people who are what we deem successful people, and look at the things that they overcame. Look at what they went through. They did not feel worthy, probably still don't feel worthy. But we do it not because we're worthy. We do it because it's our gift. It's what we've been called to do. So we do what we need to do. Another thing is physicality. When you look at me, I'm not the standard um, the standard image of beauty, or what the world considers beauty. I would not be on a magazine cover. Okay, my skin tone is a little dark. My nose is a little flat. and so I am not the standard of what you'd consider beauty. But guess what? Somebody needs to hear my story. Somebody who may not consider themselves the standard of beauty need to hear my story. So why am I holding my story and not sharing? So I'm sharing despite the fact that one of the barriers for me even starting my YouTube until I was guilted into it by my brother was that I felt like, I don't have the Colgate smile. I don't have the Colgate smile, right? Then I saw a couple that was doing a financial. I was doing they have a financial podcast, they have YouTube, they paid off their debt, and I was watching their story, and I saw the male in the couple, and when I saw his smile and that his teeth are like mine, not Colgate smile, a little bit jagged. You know what? What's stopping me from sharing my story? What's stopping you from sharing your story? You might not be what we consider the standard of beauty. They shame us when we're what they consider overweight. Forget about healthy. That's not even considered. They consider overweight. Where there's people who are skinny who are not even healthy, but they're looked upon as being beautiful. And that's their standard, skinny. What does that mean? So for somebody who's thinking that you don't have the standard beauty or the standard physicality, you don't have the Colgate smile. And age, let's talk about age. I am 58 years old. I'll be 59 years old in December. I'll be doing this until I die because I have a story to tell. So if age is your issue, and yes, I agree, Debbie, inner beauty, that really matters because you have some ugly people in this world who have what we consider outer beauty. and older in this society, older people are throwaway. They're considered throwaway, but all that wisdom, all that time that they've developed, the intuitiveness, the things they've developed that can make a difference in people's lives, we throw that away. And those are the things that we should value. And I always say, look at the universe. And here is why I don't consider age a factor anymore. I remember I was in a leadership meeting in an organization, and the person that said this is very, very I still respect them today. They said, if you're over 40 and you have not accomplished your dream, then you can forget about it. And I went home despondent because I was over 40 and I knew I had a dream. I knew I had a gift of teaching and knew that I had a love of managing money. I knew that I was good at it. So again, opening your ears and your eyes to the universe, I went home and turned on the TV, and there was a lady sharing. She was a wife of a pastor. There was a piano in the church. They did not have a player. And she, at late 40s, early 50s, I can't remember, she taught herself to play, took lessons, and she is now the pianist in her husband's church. So again, what I heard that if you're over 40 and you haven't achieved your goal, you can wrap it up. I went home, and if I were not opening my ears and eyes to the universe, then that would have been my failure. But because I was listening, I heard that story. Again, because I was concerned that I didn't have the appeal, the camera appeal, that's what I saw. I saw myself in the mirror as not having the camera appeal. But then I saw that couple with that man sharing, interviewing hundreds of people. And he was not concerned about what he looked like. He had a story to tell. He had a vision he needed to share. He had value he needed to add. And so I'm speaking to those people today who feel like you don't have anything to add. Every one of us has something to add. Yes, Debbie, I agree. We can always reach for our dreams. Age doesn't change that. I look at Colonel Sanders and so many others. They did not allow age to deter them. The founder of Chick-fil-A, he failed so many times, but he did not allow age to deter him from following the things that he needs to. And so I'm speaking to those people where age is your issue. let's not worry about, let's not worry about, what people say about you. You have something to contribute. And yes, Andrew, I agree. Life should start at 40 because that's when you've made all the missteps and the mistakes, right? And then you've worked out all the kinks, or pretty much all the kinks, and now you're on cruise control. And if your issue is physicality, you're not the standard of beauty or age or any mindset. Mental issues will always be here. There's always going to be a voice telling you why you can't. I have been doing these things for about maybe 12 weeks. And every Sunday afternoon, just about 4 o'clock, I start getting flutters in my stomach. These are things I know. I'm talking about things I know. This is my story I'm sharing. And I'm still nervous. But guess what? I'm doing it nervous. I'm doing it afraid. So that's for those people who are concerned that they don't have a story to tell. Now, the other thing, credit scores. I went through a divorce. To give you a backstory, and for those who are watching, you probably can tell that I'm a little bit dramatic. I'm a little bit quirky. I'm a little bit geeky. But you know what? That's my personality. That's who I am. I can be direct, and I can be a little bit anal, but that's okay. Because those qualities together make me a good coach. I'm able to coach my clients. So, credit scores. Let's talk about credit scores. My credit scores, before I went through my divorce, I think my credit score from some of them were like 750 something. Another one was 760 plus. When I filed for divorce, and we owned a home together. And the divorce decree said to work together to sell the house. Well, he would not sign the documents. So my lawyer said, go ahead and move out and stop paying on the house and rent a place. So I did that. Of course, you know what happens when you stop paying on your mortgage? Your credit score dies. My credit score went down to in the 500s. And today, my credit score is in the mid 700s. Now, I'll talk a little bit about why it's not higher in a little bit, okay? But again, the things that I did to bring my credit score from the 500s back into the 700s, those are things I can share with people. And when I share and I see it make a difference in somebody's life, there is nothing like sharing information that makes a difference, that makes somebody's life change. There is nothing like it. That's my passion. That is my why. Being able to share the things, the knocks, the hard knocks, the lessons I learned, the mistakes I made, the missteps that I did, being able to share those and be able to use that knowledge to make a difference in somebody's life. That is better than anything else, at least for me. But then again, I'm quirky. I'm a little bit anal. I'm a little bit geeky. And then, again, with the divorce, at the time of the divorce, I had no savings. When I met this person, I owned 2 vehicles, I owned a house, I had all of that. And then for some reason, while I was married, it didn't work that way. And that's okay, because I needed that lesson. That thing that you're going through, that you're worrying about and fussing about, you need to go through that, not for you, but for somebody else. You need to go through that so that you can take that lesson and share it with somebody else and make a difference in somebody's life. When I walked away from my house and my score died, again, because of how anal I am, I was so worried about my credit score. And then my lawyer reminded me, you're not trying to make any major purchases. It's easy for you to build your credit back up. My divorce, I had to put my lawyer fees on my American Express credit card because I did not have any savings. And it's not like we had a lot of things, really. We could have just, I wrote it out, here's all the things I brought into the marriage. I'll keep everything we bought together. You can have it. He went ahead and got a lawyer. And so I had to get a lawyer. So I put that, luckily I was in one of those legal plans, which helped. But then I also didn't have the savings. So I had a credit card. So here it is. I'm stopped paying on my house. My score is diving. I had to put money on a credit card. So how did I come out of all of that? As I go through my channel, I'm going to be sharing. I've already shared some and I'll continue to share, but that's not the point of this video. This video is to show you that despite all of that, today, 5 years, 3 years post divorce, not boasting, but I have a 5-figure savings account. I have a 6-figure net worth. And it's not because I had that much money. I worked for a company for 19 years, and 12 of those years, I never got a raise. And it wasn't 12 consecutive. It was, 2 years go by, then you get a raise, and then 3 years, which I'll share that fully in another video. But I want to show you that it is possible. So that message is for somebody who thinks I am so much in the hole financially that I'll never get out. I'm using me as an example. Without all the raises, I was able to do that because I was intentional and I was focused, because I was determined that I was going to build my credit score back up and I was going to be saving money because I'm close to retirement. I got to get it together. So I needed to fix all of that. So why am I sharing that? Because I want you to know there is hope. There is hope. And my passion is to show you that there is hope. Now, I talked a little bit about my personality. I'm a little bit geeky. I tend to be direct. I'll give it to you straight. I'm not a wordsmither. Is that a word? I'm not a wordsmither. I don't have the gift of gab. So my words, I mean, stutter a little bit. And in my mind, sometimes, I'm thinking it's easy for me to go into my Jamaican patois because that's what I grew up. I mean, yeah, I grew up speaking English, but it's easy for me to do that. But I feel like it doesn't matter if your issue is you don't have the gift of gab, you don't have any of that thing. You have a message and you need to share that message. Whatever the mess is that you are in, you need to share that message because somebody needs to hear it. So my education, my experience has come together in a boiling pot, and it has caused me to have the experience that I have. Did I want to go through divorce? No. Did I want my credit to tank? No. Because I prided myself on my 700 credit score. I prided myself on that. But I needed to go through that. So again, going through, look for the universe to tell you what it means and how you can harness that to be a blessing to somebody else. Yeah, it's good to be direct. I can be like, that's my goal, to be a Susie Orman, not a Dave. No disrespect to Dave, but he's a little bit too direct for me. Yes, I aspire to be a Susie Orman. Thanks, Judy, for that comment. Yes, but again, I just want to go through the different things that that I'm trying to weave my story around. Your mentality is going, your voices are going to tell you all the time why you're not qualified, why you should not even be trying to share your story, why you should not have a YouTube channel. Your age, why your age is a deterrent to you sharing on YouTube. It's a young people's platform. Who says that? The fact that you think you're not the standard of beauty, maybe your finances are a little bit messed up, but there is hope. And as I shared a part of my story about how I brought my credit score from the 500s into the mid 700s, in about a year and a half, 2 years, those payments, the missed payments from my mortgage is going to go away, and that's going to help my credit score to soar. But for now, I'm not worried about it because I still, in my 700s, it's still a great score. And the experience that I got, I'm able to parlay that into my coaching clients. I'm able to share with them and let them understand that never, ever give up hope. Never, ever give up hope. Yes, Kathy, we're never too old. No, no, we're crushing it because we have the experience. And the thing that we have too is that when things are thrown at us, when life throws things at us, we know how to bounce back because we've had the bounce back many, many times. So we can't allow our people to speak things into us. I mean, people tell me, oh, people used to say things like, well, you're an introvert, or you don't, when I'm in a crowd, I'm not the kind of person who be, how are you? And I'm not that kind of person. I'm an observer. So I'll stay back. And so they'll say, oh, you're not going to be successful as a speaker. You're not going to be successful to be able to deal with people because you don't speak up, or you don't have the gift of gab. You don't your words don't flow. But I'm on a platform today that millions, hundreds of millions of people are on, and that somebody will see and share. And who knows how many millions of people, when I'm dead and gone, will be able to be impacted by what I'm sharing. So, yes, age should never, ever be a factor. You see, my age was an obstacle in my mind to overcome, and for deciding I should finally, let me put it up here, go back to school. Yes. Guess what? I got my doctorate at 57 years old. I started this YouTube channel at 58 years old. You tell me who's out there better than me sharing financial content? Nobody. I may not have the viewers yet, but that's not going to stop me. Yes, Kathy, we are perennials. We continue to stay, connect, keep coming back, keep learning. Yes, because we've been through all of that stuff. So, we know how to bounce back. We're the bounce back kids. So we have, not only do we have something to share, the knowledge to share, but we have the experience to know how to share it wisely. Because believe me, 10 years ago, I'd be like, how can you, not balance your checkbook? What do you mean you don't balance your checkbook? But now I've learned how to share that same, um, disappointment, or for lack of another word, with people in a way that inspires them rather than condemn them. Because again, as I said, I'm direct. And so I have to learn with my clients how to share the directness that they need to hear. They need to hear how to manage their money, but at the same time, in an encouraging way for them to want to make a difference and make a change. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share today is, again, the mentality, the imposter syndrome, those words are going to creep in, your physicality, the standard of beauty that they say it may not be what you consider the standard of beauty. Go do it anyway. Your age should not be a factor in anything. Maybe your finances are messed up. Maybe your personality is like me, maybe a little geeky, a little bit quirky, but that's okay. Use that personality and be yourself and share what you need to share. And I hope this has been a good thing. I hope this has been something that inspires someone and help them also understand me a little bit and understand my passion for doing this. And I have some links in the description of this video. You probably won't be able to see them until after the video. YouTube has released the live video, but explore those links and see if there's any way, if somebody's listening to this, if there's any way I can help you with your finances, help you get your finances together. I am at your service, because I want to see us, especially women of divorce or women at my age, who are pretty much kind of starting over. I know that it is possible because I have done it. And my motto is anything is possible with a plan. So we can put a plan together and we can make it work. And if you're seeing the red subscribe button, that means you have not subscribed to my channel. What are you waiting on? Hit that red subscribe button and join me at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday afternoon. Next month, we're going to be talking business formation. We're going to be talking, do you want to do an LLC or a C Corp? We're going to be talking business etiquette. How should you collect money? Cash App? How should you collect money in your business? So we're going to be talking about that next Sunday. I mean, next month, in the month of September. And I am planning to have some guests who are more educated on the subject than I am. And I hope that you join me next Sunday and every Sunday at 4:30. Please like, please comment, please share. And I so appreciate your time for being here with me today. Thank you and have a wonderful day.